We often hear about Chernobyl as a terrible accident, a tragic chapter in history. But what if I told you it was much more than that? What if it was the closest humanity has ever come to wiping out half of Europe, a near apocalypse that was averted by the sheer bravery of a few individuals? Let's go back to April 26, 1986. At the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine, a routine safety test goes horribly wrong. Reactor number 4 explodes, releasing a plume of radioactive material into the atmosphere that's 400 times more potent than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The initial explosion is devastating, but the real nightmare is just beginning. Beneath the raging radioactive fire of the melting reactor core, a massive pool of water had accumulated. This was the plant's safety system, designed to cool the core in an emergency. But now, it was a ticking time bomb. The molten core, a lava-like substance called corium, was slowly melting through the concrete floor, inching closer and closer to that water. If the two had made contact, the result would have been a thermonuclear steam explosion of unimaginable power. Scientists estimated it would have had the force of 2 to 4 megatons. This blast would have vaporized the entire Chernobyl plant, including the other 3 reactors. The resulting radioactive fallout would have contaminated most of Eastern and Western Europe, rendering it uninhabitable for centuries. Millions would have died, and an entire continent would have been poisoned. The world held its breath. The situation was dire. The only way to prevent this catastrophe was to drain the water from under the reactor. But who would go? The area was flooded with lethally radioactive water. It was a suicide mission. This is where true heroism shines through the darkness. 3 men, now known as the Chernobyl divers, volunteered. They were Alexei Ananenko, an engineer who knew the location of the valves, Valery Bezblov, another engineer, and Boris Baranov, a shift supervisor who would hold the lamp. They geared up in wetsuits and waded into the dark, radioactive waters of the plant's basement. They navigated the labyrinth of pipes and corridors, their only light a failing flashlight. The water was up to their chests, and every second they spent submerged. Their bodies were absorbing deadly doses of radiation. After a terrifying search, they found the release valves and opened them, allowing the water to drain away. They emerged from the darkness, having accomplished the impossible. They had saved a continent. The world owes these 3 men an immeasurable debt. They knew the risks, yet they walked into the heart of the disaster to prevent an even greater one. Their act of self-sacrifice averted a nuclear catastrophe that would have redrawn the map of Europe and changed the course of human history forever. So when we remember Chernobyl, let's remember it not just as a disaster, but as a story of incredible courage in the face of annihilation. It's as a stark reminder of the power we wield and the profound responsibility that comes with it. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as moving as I did, please like and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most pivotal moments.